showtime.
Fire and water, earth and the sky, mystery surround us, legends never die. Live here for the moment, lost in time. I can hear them call, they're locked within the crystal ball.
Hello everybody, welcome back to more of Legendary Hunting. We are going into the last Pokemon that we can go after in Ultra Wormholes. This time around, we got version exclusives with us this time, and we're here in the water world. I'll show you the team what I have with me. Wait, you are not supposed to be there. Well, I know which one we're going to be going here for first. Because, in this world... Okay, save really quick that I'm doing it, but I actually had some good luck on that lately. But, here we go. There we go. Come over here. We have a mysterious presence that are behind that waterfall. Among them, the reincarnated and once given us by the legendary Pokemon of the sky. This particular warrior has turned into a creature of the North Wind. It is said that it can run on water. With its mystical powers, it can clean it by its mere touch. Those that dare try to collect it for their own purpose will suffer the wrath. It races across the land. The North Wind by its side makes it one of the fastest that you will find amongst all water types. Suicune is not that fast of a Pokemon. It's more of a double wall, really. I was trying to make it sound more dramatic on that one. But bringing Entei and Raikou together in the same party, level 60, water type, pressure for the ability. Bubble Beam, Aurora Beam, Mist, Rain Dance. Despite what you would think at first glance, this thing is actually pretty good. It's meant to tank a lot of hits and dish back out just as much. The only big things to really be careful with is the fact that Bubble Beam is really good, and Rain Dance, it can be very devastating. But why is this thing not a part ice type? It would have been so good with that Aurora Beam. Just what? I guess that with all things considered, it really is meant to be kind of a jack of all trades. But I definitely would suggest that you look into more of the moves that I can learn through TMs and tutorings and process if needed. In fact, I would probably suggest that you upgrade that Bubble Beam into Water Pulse, personally. It's more powerful, and it definitely knows how to get the job done better. However, it's even capable of relearning Sheer Cold of all moves. Which definitely makes me wonder for why this thing is still not a part ice type. But in all seriousness, it is still a good Pokemon. It's a double wall. And it knows how to fulfill that role as being the incarnation of the North Wind. Alright, we got no time to waste. In fact, we only got a handful of legendary Pokemon left to find. Hopefully it won't take us long for this case. That was a critical hit, eh? Just enough when you see enough of what I'm capable of, you'll see what I do. That hurt. Hope I'm trying to go for a flinch. Ooh, I missed. I have to say, I love this theme. Nice. You know what? Why not? Fight fire with fire. Or I guess in this case, water with water. So, here goes something. There we go! Okay! And with that, the legendary beasts have served their purpose. So, I need to make a quick change. And then, it'll be on to the next legendary Pokemon. So, time to find out for which one should go as this time, yeah? Basically what I'm doing is that I'll heal up, switch my team around, and then eventually I'll go back into having my original team. This is when things are gonna get a little bit tricky. You guys hit next. So, I will see you guys in just a moment when we go after our next group of legendaries. We are back in the water world. And this time, just a reminder, we are here with Groudon, and we are with the Eon Duo. And I didn't realize this, but... Oh. I did not realize that Sarkron was level 100. Then again, it had transferred over from Omega Ruby. I think it was. Yeah, I think something like that. But, okay. So, let's go and save. I'm about to come across probably one of the most powerful legendary Pokemon and dragons that we will find. Might as well. See if you'll help me out with something today, bud. Looks like an experience boost or something. Okay, Roto Bargains. Keep forgetting that they're not always the same, but here we go. When the dragon and his ideals and truth have fought against each other, they ended up splitting apart, creating an empty shell in its place. It is said that this empty shell is said to have come from space, an extraterrestrial, if you will. His body is said to be so cold that upon touching it, you will freeze in an instant. According to legend, this is the only true legendary monster that is said to eat humans. One should never dare face off against this monster unless they know the consequence of befell upon them. When they'll suffer its wrath, Kyurem is a monster beyond that of a monster, and it has earned that reputation. When Reshiram and Zekrom have come together, level 60, Dragon Ice type, pressure for the ability, Slash, Scary Face, Dragon Pulse, and its signature move, Glaciate. This is a 65 power, 95 accuracy special ice type move that reduces the target's speed. So basically, it's a more powerful version of Icy Wind, but probably more suited for single battles. Bringing it into the status of Pokemon. Despite what you would think about it at first glance being an ice type, this thing is a very good defensive Pokemon. And even though that it would take normal damage from that of ice, don't let that fool you. With a grand total of 5 weaknesses, I think you can probably see it for why this thing is one of the most powerful Pokemon that you'll find. I mean, with a neck that long and a head that heavy, yeesh, that must have been cramps of some sort. But there's been one thing about Kyurem that I've always wondered about. When it's separated, it's split into the forms of Reshiram and Zekrom. In Eterna City and Diamond, Pearl, and Emerald, we see a legendary dragon statue that is said to be one dragon, and it's theorizing that that was a dragon for what Reshiram and Zekrom were before they separated into 2 separate beings. Kyurem is an empty shell, but given the DNA splicer, this thing becomes a monster. I won't be talking about it in this Let's Play, unfortunately, because it's really not necessary. But even without it, it is still a powerful monster to deal with. So yeah, Kyurem. Probably one of, if not the, most powerful dragon type that you will find anywhere. If you want to try to catch this thing, good luck. I actually consider this to be one of the most powerful and one of the more difficult dragons to catch. So basically what I'm going to be doing from this point in, I'm pretty much going to try to bring this down as best I can. But then again, this thing is going to be hitting me with a lot of glaciates, because that's going to lower my speed each use. This thing is a really good wall. So, and wow! They keep hitting me with that speed, why don't you? Alright. I'll only bring out Zekrom if it was absolutely necessary. But I'm mostly probably going to use it just as a wall. Alright. Well, let's do it again. Let's make it rain! So, going in. See you guys in a little bit. That was a critical catch! I was not expecting that. But I didn't even think it was even possible to get a critical catch. So, that happened. The presence that exuded its overwhelming power seems to have disappeared. With that, the water world is done. The Eon Duo has completed its task. Okay. Look at this. 2/3 of my whole team elapsed from Curem. Just Jesus Christ. Okay. So with that, time to heal. Alright. Now let's find out which ones to go for this time around, because the Eon Duo have served its purpose. You know what? So the reason why Palkia is level 50 is because I ended up transferring it over from Omega Ruby, and apparently the one in my other version of Ultra Moon, apparently I might have given it away and I probably didn't remember it. So whoops! All right. So see you at the next Pokemon location. Three more legendaries to go, counting this one. And this one, oh boy, this is when things are going to get nasty. How nasty are we talking? Well, let's step underneath. Flying high in the ozone layer for hundreds of millions of years, this powerful monster descends to the ground when the forces of land and sea collide. It is said that this contains a power so strong that it distorts the air around, causing many thunderstorms and blistering sunlight to be tamed. Upon consuming meteorites for sustenance, it is said that it provides a power that it can potentially become even stronger than ever before. But only when one approaches it, must make extreme caution, for its very presence alone is threatening. Rayquaza! It has earned that reputation. When Kyogre and Groudon are brought together, level 60, Dragon Flying type, Airlock for its signature ability. Rest, Extreme Speed, Dragon Pose, Dragon Dance. This thing is no pushover. If you want to know why I consider this to be no pushover, that signature ability of Airlock eliminates the effects of the weather. So, if you have any kind of weather summoner, don't even bother. Because of an ability like that, and the stats are like that, you can pretty much just kiss on all of that advantages goodbye. Especially since if you want to use it to your advantage in battle. Unfortunately, that's about where the real positives end with Rayquaza. Don't get me wrong, it has some great stats, making it a great sweeper. What's the problem? It has a quad weak to ice. It has some good amount of resistances, sure. But unfortunately, some of the moves that it learns are not all dragon and flying types. In fact, it knows 2 flying type moves naturally in Gen 7. And 4 naturally in terms of dragon type moves. In fact, its most powerful move that it can learn can only be taught to that of, well, by tutoring, in the form of Dragon Ascent, its signature move. This is a 120 power, 100 accuracy, physical flying type move that it lowers into defense and special defense in the process. So basically, if you use it, you're pretty much going to become a little bit more squishier in the process. It's really cool how such a great move like that can nerf this thing a lot. So, be careful on how you face off against this monster. It's powerful. You'll love it. A little overrated in my book. Okay. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3! Okay. I was about to say, what? That would have been a little too obvious. Alright. So like heck am I going to be using Rain Dance because it's useless. So, let's do it. The only pure flying type against the original legendary dragon flying type. How bad could it be? Huh. That wasn't so bad at all. Okay. One more hit and it should get into the red just how I want it. Never mind. It is a risky play. Might as well try something. I can go for a paralysis. Or that. I'll be back. Shut up. Okay. Trying it again. Alright. And hopefully this time around we should be okay. So, let's try it once again. Neat! Only took 2 balls, and I caught it while I was asleep. Huh. How fitting. Alright, so. Ooh, you're gonna learn Thunder. We'll upgrade that charge to Thunder. Neat. Okay. Not like it's really gonna matter or anything, because we still got 2 more Pokemon for us to go after. One more here in the mountain world, and the other one in the cavern world. So, let's get to it. Alright. High time that we end this. We got just that Pokemon for the job. When the forces of lightning and wind come together, it creates a being that is said to give nutrients to the soil and make the land abundant. It is said that it has been hailed as the guardian of the fields. When the forces of lightning and wind collide, this mighty monster will come by and will be acted as a safeguard to those who dare oppose him. When one should dare approach this beast, one best is shown the respect that it deserves. Or if not, it will make like crack and screw you up. Landorus is definitely a Pokemon of many gimmicks, and a damn good one. When Tornadus and Thundurus come together, Level 60. Ground flying type. Sand force for the ability. Earth power, rock slide, earthquake, sandstorm. Right off the bat, you can tell that this guy has got to show no mercy. That sandstorm is going to boost the effects of rock slide, or in pretty much every kind of rock type move as it is. This is why I'm starting off with a flying type Pokemon, because that earthquake and earth power is going to hurt a lot. It's meant to be a decent sweeper, but unfortunately, having a quad weak to ice is definitely going to be an issue that you gotta to put up with. Don't get me wrong, it definitely has some good forces to go by. Heck, it'll even capable of learning the move Fissure through leveling up. Just one level away and boom. A strange thing about this that I don't understand is that it doesn't learn gravity naturally. It is learned through tutoring. Not bad, to say the least. And definitely something that you might want to take into consideration. I definitely would recommend that you kind of learn some moves that are a little bit more on the diversity. If you do plan to take this into casual matches, having just a rock and ground type moves is only going to do you so much. It's a great Pokemon. Its Therian form is really nice if you have went and gotten the key item from there for that. Great to have. Alright. No time to waste. I am showing no mercy to this guy. Oh, that was a critical hit. Wow. That could be a problem. Risk it. Don't crit it. That was awful. See you in a minute. Alright. Let us try this again. And hopefully this time around I'll have some better chances. And hopefully no more critical hits. Because that was very unnecessary. Alright, go for an Air Slash. Do the exact same thing. That'll have to do. Yes, I got a Roto Catch. I only got one. But you know what? Won't matter. So, let's try this again. And hopefully this time around I'll have better chances. Yes! Alright. That was Landorus. I didn't take take us that long this time, which is a little unusual. So, we have one more Pokemon for us to find. The presence that exuded its overwhelming power seems to have disappeared. We have one more legendary to find. And finding it ain't gonna be easy. So, I'll see you guys in a little bit when we find that last Pokemon. Okay, did not expect to come here so soon. But I guess with all that, I might as well make some use out of this. This isn't a location that is really weird. This is the home of one of the Ultra Beasts that we will be able to obtain. In fact, I was personally hoping we would come here in a later episode, but I guess the Ultra Deep Sea says otherwise. Fortunately, this will be practically an easy catch. Yeah, just look at this place. Guess I'm prolonging this video a little bit further. Let's take a seat. The word symbiosis is said to cloud in a many names, and for one hand that would study such a phenomenon. This in particular symbiote is said to possess its host, making them more stronger, but in a way, unstable. This particular jellyfish is said to possess such unusual powers that it is said to change the behavior of one's immensely. This Ultra Beast is not to be taken lightly. This parasite feeds off of people and Pokemon. Nihilego is creepy as all get out. Level 60, Rock Poison type, Beast Boost for the ability, Power Gem, Mirror Coat, Acid Spray, Venom Drench. This thing, as a Pokemon, I've been talking about this for a little bit, but now I have pretty much everything that I need to talk about right here and now. Quad weak to ground, great special offense and defensive stats, not to mention pretty quick as well. There is one thing that I want to point out that I would definitely recommend that you do. Don't give this thing any physical offensive moves. It is a bad idea. However, if you want to be a little bit different, there is one thing that you can do to spoil with your opponent. Have it learn the move Wonder Room. It creates a bizarre area that swaps the defense and special defense stats for 5 turns. If you want him to be more on the physical offensive side, Power Split will be a good move to go for. But if you prefer a more defensive approach, Guard Split will be a great choice to go for as well. Unfortunately, that's about where the real positives end. And unfortunately, even though that is meant to be a really good Pokemon in terms of how to use it in combat, it lacks in grids and in many other locations as well. That doesn't mean that it's useless. It's just knowing how to use it. If you accomplish that, Nihilego will be a great asset to your team if you know how to use it. So I stock up on some more Beast Balls for this at a very occasion. But then again, we'll have to have times when we'll actually need to fight back. Fortunately, I've come prepared. this Ultra Beast. What's that as a boosting? Special defense. So you choose him to become more of a special wall, eh? Well, lucky for you. Feel the wrath of the Verizian that has appeared before you. Surrender now! Well, at least I tried. Well, you guys know the routine. Going in. There we go. Took me a couple of tries on that. Probably could have used a quick ball from the start, but don't matter. Poké's level 51. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that Nihilego came so early, but... oh well. I guess next time. Alright. So I guess even with all that, you still have, I guess, in terms of version exclusives, 2 more Ultra Beasts to find and 1 more legendary Pokemon to find. So, I ain't giving up on trying to find that last legendary that we're looking for. So, no more excuses. We're going back in. Alright. We've no time to waste any longer. We are here to finish this, and we're here to finish it now. And quite fitting, because one of my personal favorite legendary Pokemon is showing its ugly face now. In Legends, there are talks of a Pokemon that controls time, and another one that is sent to govern all of space. However, there is one Pokemon that is said to be a force of nature so extreme and twisted that God itself banished it into the world of distortions. Its violent act gazes upon us all from within this distortion world. When they say that when it merges from the distortion world to ours, it will bring chaos unlike any other, distorting time and space itself. It comes in many forms, but when one says that it's the deadliest, one would say, yes! Giratina has lived up to that reputation even to this day. Dialga and Palkia being present will summon it. Level 60, Ghost Dragon type, Pressure for an ability, Aura Sphere, Earth Power, Dragon Claw, and how could we possibly forget its signature move, Shadow Force? This is a 120, 100 accuracy, physical Ghost type move. And it can even bypass Detect, and it can even bypass Protect. Already right from the bat, it is probably one of the most powerful moves that you will find. The stats you are seeing right now are in its altered form. In this form, it's more of a defensive Pokemon, whereas in its origin form, with the use of the Grisius Orb, will turn it into a really good offensive user. That Grisius Orb will see a 20% boost to all Ghost and Dragon type moves that it has. And with Phantom Force, or Shadow Force, excuse me, I guess I technically can learn Phantom Force, but you get what I mean. It becomes a monster. In fact, it already is so much as a monster, you might as well call it a hybrid of a monster with a monster. The only big thing to really be careful with is that even though that it is really good if I'm doing its job well, it holds 5 weaknesses to Ghost, Ice, Dragon, Dark, and Fairy. And unfortunately, that Shadow Force would do deadly squat into all her normal and fighting type moves. If you manage to get by all that, Giratina will serve you well, regardless of its form. It's just a downright beautiful on how it is. Alright, big guy. Time when you and I to go to work. If I go to work, I mean you and I are gonna work together for practically no reason. So that's how it's gonna be, huh? Unfortunately, I got you figured out. Curse that same type of attack bonus. Alright, don't crit. Thank you. Alright, here we go. We've managed to clear through this now. We'll be ready to take on the last remaining Ultra Beasts in the Ultra Wormholes. And then we can finally move on to something else. Alright? So, let's get to it. Oh, right. I was saving it till now, but with Shadow Force, it pretty much gets a free turn of doing pretty much not doing anything. And you can't chuck a ball at him because of that. It's done! We finally got them all! It definitely took us some doings, but we finally got them. All the regular legendaries, minus the Ultra Beasts, have been captured. And with that, we're ending things off right here. Next time, we head on back into the Ultra Wormholes to go after the Ultra Beasts themselves. See you guys then.